Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'd like to take a point of personal privilege and also say, Danny boy, what an honor it's been to serve with you, and you will be missed by all of us. Thank you. Madam Chair, I'd like to commend you for holding this timely and necessary hearing. For years, we have watched as Iran has stepped up its involvement in the Western Hemisphere. As Vice Chair of the Subcommittee on Western Hemisphere, I assure you that the threats from Tehran in our part of the world have not gone unnoticed and will not be unanswered. Whether it's financing terrorism, the foiled plot to use Mexican drug cartels to kill the Saudi ambassador, undisclosed direct flights between Caracas, Damascus, and Tehran, cyber plots against U.S. nuclear facilities, the launch of Iran's Spanish-language TV channel, or Ahmadinejad's cozy relationship with Hugo Chavez in Venezuela and the Castro regime in Cuba. Iran has repeatedly demonstrated that its goals are to intimidate America in its own hemisphere. And we know from Operation Titan that Hezbollah is tied to transnational drug trafficking organizations, a very dangerous and lethal combination. Just last week, Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta said that Iran is only a year away from producing a nuclear weapon. Our closest allies in the Middle East, the Israelis, have announced today that Iran could make 4 bombs by further enriching uranium that has already been stockpiled. And as a result, Iran is increasingly isolated in the world. The impact of these sanctions on its banks and oil industry has backed Iran into a corner. But clearly, Ahmadinejad sees Latin America as a new market for diplomatic and economic activity. Of course, he also sees the region as fertile new grounds for plots against the United States and our allies. As the Chair has recognized, the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, recently testified that Iran may now be willing to conduct an attack on the United States. That is unacceptable. That a wounded and desperate Iran would be as brazen to use the Western Hemisphere as a staging ground for attacks against American citizens on U.S. soil. What I hope to get out of today's hearing is a keener understanding of Iran's capabilities and objectives in the Western Hemisphere, and to hear from our witnesses about what they think the Congress and the administration can do to counteract Iran's growing influence in our region. One proposal that I've introduced is a bill to designate the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps as a foreign terrorist organization, which would give the United States more authorities to go after them in this hemisphere. Madam Chair, with that, I would like to again thank you for your leadership on this issue, and with that, I yield back.